Hello, my name's Marian Pallister and I'm SCIAF Ambassador for Argyll and the Isles, and I'm also the Commissioner for Justice and Peace in our diocese as well. I've been going round SCIAF, giving SCIAF talks for the past few weeks during Lent, and the one thing that has been really bugging me that whole time is the idea that climate change is not being taken just quite as seriously as it should be. The news that Donald Trump is about to withdraw from the Paris Agreement on climate change was extremely worrying. I spend some time every year in Zambia because the small charity that I'm involved with provides education for vulnerable children there. And one of the things on the curriculum at our secondary school, St Columba's, is horticulture. That's a real necessity in this sub-Saharan country because most people have to grow their own food. The children have learned one really hard lesson in the last few months. However much they take care of the maize and the tomatoes and the spinach that they plant, if the rains don't come, nothing's going to grow. And it's the same all across Zambia. Climate change means that there is either too much rain or too little. Too much leads to flash floods and crops being washed away. Too little and the earth bakes hard, squeezing the life out of seedlings. Another problem that's faced countries like Zambia is that for many years the West pushed African governments to buy chemical fertilizers and sprays. This literally cost the earth. Farmers like David Munyende and his wife Mate, who were featured on SCIAF, that's the Scottish Catholic International Aid Fund of course, on their wee boxes during Lent, he was seeing nutrients being leached from the ground by those chemicals. Like most farmers in Zambia, David farms with very basic tools, the same kind of tools that the kids at our St Columba's school try to grow their crops with. That's hard enough, but this combination of factors, these chemicals making the soil unfertile, you know, it's ironic, but the more you use those, the less nutritious the soil becomes. And David was using, you know, all these methods that did absolutely nothing for him. He could hardly produce a meal a day for his family. So what SCIAF has done, working with local partners, is to offer long-term help to farmers like David, giving them training in traditional farming methods using good old-fashioned manure and compost instead of those chemical fertilizers that cost money, but also, as I say, cost the earth. So with more food to eat and David's children are happier, they're healthier, that's the end result that SCIAF is looking for, long-term help. The training that he gets is also cascaded down through other farmers living in the area. This year he and his neighbours have been able to sell surplus vegetables because they had enough crops, amazingly. And with the money that he's saved, he's bought solar panels. Now, of course, David lives in a hut made from mud blocks. He doesn't have a fridge, he doesn't have a washing machine, he doesn't have a spin dryer or any of these kind of things. But what he has now is a light to switch on. He's got a light bulb, and that solar panel means that his children can do their homework. They're going to burst their way out of that poverty cycle. SCIAF has also been working with the Caritas network to bring emergency help to the East African countries that are suffering from severe drought. And we've all seen those heart-rending pictures on our TV screens and social media. The link between the long-term work and the emergency response is climate change. SCIAF's been running a campaign calling on the Scottish Government to follow David Munyendi's example and to invest in clean energy, but big style. Wind, hydro, solar power, so that our heating and powering our homes doesn't literally cost the earth. Justice and Peace Scotland has also been supporting organisations such as Stop Climate Chaos Scotland and the Echo Congregation Network. We've got to work together. This is the science that tells us that our carbon footprint is creating the conditions suffered in Africa, whether in the Sudan, north of the equator, or in sub-Saharan Zambia. The difficulties that these people are facing every day of their very, very short lives is created here in the Western countries that have the fridges and the washing machines and the cars and the industries that are blowing out a carbon footprint, creating a carbon footprint that is perhaps quite obscene. The Paris Agreement of 2016 aims to reduce that carbon footprint, and major polluters such as China have already got their act together, and like Scotland, they're working towards conserving our planet. Pope Francis's document Laudato Si has offered us all the advice we need to be good stewards of the earth. Even if President Trump successfully withdraws the US from the Paris Agreement, if we work with SCIAF and Justice and Peace Scotland and even our own charity providing education for the poorest kids in Zambia, that all of that shows me that this fight has got to go on. I don't want children to starve in my name. So I've signed the parish petition that SCIAF has distributed throughout Scotland. I'm supporting Echo congregations. I'm hoping that you will do some of that stuff too. A signature on a petition, whether it's SCIAF's or it's online, you go and find that, because that's going to make all the difference to people like David Munyendi, like those starving people in the Sudan. I hope that you'll help. Thank you.